What is up, my butter biscuits? In today's video, we're going to be talking about Yvie Oddly from RuPaul's Drag Race. If you guys do not watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you may not know who I'm talking about. But if you guys do watch RuPaul's Drag Race, then you know exactly who I'm talking about. She actually called out the production team of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I do want to say right off the jump, I'm so glad that she did this. I feel like it is very necessary. We will get into all the details within today's video about this. I do want to say before jumping into this video, y'all, the most ironic thing happened to me. If you guys do not watch my channel frequently, y'all, I literally have been wanting to do RuPaul's Drag Race commentary for like 2 years now. But I've always steered away from it, and I'm just keeping it real because I do feel like a lot of the fan base is very toxic, and I feel like, y'all, they could be very cutthroat. And I'm like, y'all, at the end of the day, it's just a reality competition show, and I feel like there may be some people out there who you're going to disagree with because some people obviously do have their favorites. I feel like anybody who's watching any type of competition show, you're going to, like, say for example, I don't know, connect more to somebody's story or connect more to somebody's personality, and you may think that this person did better than that person who won that week. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's just a competition show. I don't see why people need to get so crazy, but I've always been so scared to do commentary about RuPaul's Drag Race because I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm not trying to get attacked like that. And right before filming this video, honestly, like my first ever RuPaul's Drag Race video, the power went out, y'all, for 4 hours, literally 4 hours. I started to do my intro and then all the lights went off, the camera went off, the computer went off, everything went off, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this God's way of saying maybe you shouldn't talk about RuPaul's Drag Race stuff? I just thought it was so ironic. But then at the same time, too, I do have to tell you guys, like, I absolutely love RuPaul's Drag Race. I feel like it's, like, literally one of my favorite reality shows. Well, definitely my favorite reality competition show, for sure. And I've always wanted to do commentary here on my channel because it's such a big part of my life. Y'all, if you guys did not know this about me, I literally used to host viewing parties at a bar. Like, I did it for 1 season, and I was like, after that, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm a little bit more shy than I thought. It was, like, intimidating to do it in front of people. I would show up a little bit tipsy, though. Anyways, that's how much I freaking love RuPaul's Drag Race. So I feel like me talking about it here on my channel is me just talking to my friends about the show, but I've always been a little bit scared. But I was like, you know what? Today's video is a perfect time to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race because Yvie Oddly is calling out the production team for some flaws on their end. And I feel like more people need to do this because this is how a production company or a television network is going to grow and learn from their mistakes. Because y'all, the things that she was saying on her Twitter, I was like, oh my gosh, y'all. So we're going to be talking about that within today's video. Make sure you guys click the link down below. Head over to my second channel. That's my travel channel with my brother. We upload new videos there every single Sunday. If you guys have not heard me say recently, I am just kind of like, our videos are going to be a little bit boring, to be quite honest with you guys, for the next like 3 weeks because we are going on a big cruise. We're going to be gone for 11 days. So I do have a lot of fun cruise videos coming, but the videos in between, honestly, just keeping it with you guys because I'm trying to be like super frugal. I'm not trying to travel anywhere. We're just doing little food videos. You know what I'm saying? So just letting you guys know that before then, but make sure you guys go subscribe over there. I would really appreciate that. If you guys like RuPaul's Drag Race commentary here on my channel, please give this video a big thumbs up. That's let me know, obviously, that you guys want me to do more Drag Race commentary, which I'm hoping that you guys will want because I really want to talk about it, y'all. It's literally like my favorite show and only one of my other friends watches it like thoroughly with me. So I'm just kind of like, y'all, the rest of them literally don't know anything. They barely even know who RuPaul is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I really want to talk about it here on my channel, but only if you guys want me to, of course. So anyways, let me shut up and let's go ahead and get into it. So before getting into this, just in case you guys don't know who Yvie Oddly is, she's actually the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race season 11. And within my personal opinion, I think she had one of the best lip syncs of all time against Brooklyn Heights. If you guys did not see that, oh my gosh, I was so gagged. My mouth was literally on the floor. Like, y'all, I remember watching it, and honestly, I did have a couple drinks, but I was like literally screaming. I was like, oh my god, it was like literally the best lip sync ever. I was like, so gagged. I'm literally still gagged by it. Honestly, I really want to see them perform it live, and I would just lose my mind if they did, only because I just think it was that amazing. Anyways, y'all, while getting into this, I really do hope that I am reading this in order. As I've let you guys know before, following things on Twitter is really hard because they go in and out of order, and it's just kind of like a little weird. I just wish that everything went in order, like say for example from most recent to oldest, like top to bottom. But these things, when you're replying to it, goes out of order. So hopefully I am reading it right. But this is where I think it started right here. Yvie Oddly took to Twitter to say, catching up on All Stars 8, and I have 2 thoughts. 1, these queens are remarkable. The drag artists are and have always been the lifeblood of what makes this franchise great. All the things we love, the looks, the catchphrases, the memes, the drama, it all comes from the queens. Also, another thing I do want to say this, when he does say right here, the drama, honestly, y'all, I saw so many people going against Mistress Isabel Brooks, like, oh my gosh, she's so problematic, she's so this, she's so that. I'm so sorry, but she literally carried her season, and I feel like without her, literally envision the show without her, the show kind of would have been boring. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Yes, the talent was there. Yes, the drag was there. Like, Anitra was, oh my god, she was so amazing. But I feel like as far as like that drama, everybody loves a little bit of drama when you're watching TV. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like without Mistress Isabel Brooks, that would have not been there. I feel like people need to know that when it comes down to reality TV, it's for the drama. drama, especially like y'all. If you guys watch 90 Day Fiance, it's obviously for the drama. Let's just keep it real. Anyways, moving on right here, y'all. Once again, like I said, I hope I am in order. 2, the producers are often the greediest, most calculating capitalist culture thieves. They fuck with real people's lives, career opportunities, and health. They drive themselves home in their luxury cars when their contestants are sleep deprived, depressed, and drastically underpaid for their contributions to the cultural phenomenon. Then they tell themselves they're good people for showcasing queer content and creating opportunities for us while ignoring the irreparable damage they cause and creating a chokehold monopoly on how drag artists can succeed. I'm honestly so glad that Yvie got out here and said this, because I do feel like I have heard so many things before, y'all. I want to say, like, hearing all about the contract and everything, I'm like, the contract that RuPaul's Drag Race people have to sign, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel like they're low-key kind of getting ripped off. You know what I'm saying? So I really am so glad that, you know, he got out here and said this. Ask any of the drag kings who have never been cast, or the trans contestants who were barred from being themselves until a few years ago, when they realized how lucrative that representation was in the culture wars. Also, speaking of, when he says right here, ask any of the drag queens who've never been cast, y'all, if you guys do not know who Landon Sider is, he actually did win, oh my gosh, the Boulay Brothers. An amazing, phenomenal drag king. I actually used to work with her wife at a salon before, and y'all, I just have to say, she tried out for RuPaul's Drag Race so many times and never got it, and I'm like, I don't understand why. There could be a drag king on there. At the end of the day, it's RuPaul's Drag Race, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's drag, whether it be drag king or drag queen. I think that would be super, super cool, but they still have yet to put any drag queens on the show. I mean, drag kings on the show, and I'm like, I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Moving forward here, Yvie Oddly continues on to say, let me be clear, I am so thankful for Drag Race. That show changed my life long before I was ever a part of its fiber. But I'm hopeful for a future where queer people have opportunities to flourish outside of a fake competition to make a few rich old gays richer. P.S. They took over a year to pay me my winnings because they conveniently kept forgetting they owed me $100,000. I'm so sorry. I obviously don't know the full contract when it comes down to like the payment of it, but how do you take over 1 year, especially a big network like that? Like back before they were on VH1 and then now they're on MTV, they're on massive networks. So I don't really understand how they can take that long to pay a contestant $100,000. I really don't understand that, because let's keep it real, that's just a drop in the bucket for them. As you guys have known, well, it's been said before that RuPaul makes millions per season. Do you really think that they're taking that long to pay RuPaul? You know what I'm saying? So this is where I say I'm actually really glad that Yvie Oddly got out here and put the production team on blast. And honestly, this is being covered by media outlets because I do think it is important. And honestly, I really do feel like it is important for all of the LGBT community to speak up about things like this. And I do feel like for years this has probably been going on. This did not only go on with just Yvie Oddly, and I feel like other people need to speak up so that way they can move forward with progress. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, too, I do want to say for the longest period of time, they had the set winnings at $100,000, when a lot of other reality shows out there, you'll be winning like $1 million. Do you know what I'm saying? And if they barely moved on to $200,000, and I feel like it's taken them so long to do that. And honestly, I've heard that they weren't paid very good on the show. So I'm like, y'all, I feel like they need to step it up a bit. I just really feel like it sucks, because without the drag cast, what would the show be? Like, at the end of the day, don't get me wrong, production is a really big part of it, like the lighting techs and, you know, everything, basically the sound text, everything that goes into the show. Yes, they do play a big role in it, but the main thing that we see as viewers, and the main reason why we're connected to the show, is because of the queens on the show. And I really do feel like a lot of them are missing out on opportunities. Like, actually just today, Heidi in Closet was posting about how it cost her like $40,000 to go on the show, but she missed out on $60,000 of gigs during that time, because you're locked in a hotel room and you can't really do anything while filming. So I'm like, so many people give up so much. Don't get me wrong, of course, this is a really big opportunity for any drag queen out there. This really puts them on the map, and then they'll get the opportunity to go on and make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Like, look at queens like Trixie Mattel and Bianca Del Rio. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure now they're millionaires because of their success, because of the show. But at the same time, too, I feel like everybody on the show should get paid better. Do you know what I mean? Because it costs a lot of money to get up into drag. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Honestly, I'm so thankful that Yvie did get out there and put this, you know, out there. Like, I feel like there's so many other people who probably have stories to say about this too, because she's not the only one. And I hope they come forward and speak up about it too, so that way the, you know, whole production team and the whole network can just better themselves. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.